Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Jason and I'm your watch guy today, but I'm also your watchmaker. I've got a parcel in from DIY Watch Club. They make pretty much build your own watch sets. They're really well made. They are really well put together. They have some tools in there that you can use on future projects, stuff that you can keep, as well as a watch. So yeah, I've been really excited about doing one of these. I've pestered them to hell about this one. This is their Expedition kit. It has an NH35 and a sapphire crystal. You can pick these up for $283, which is pretty much around the same that you'd pay for a decent Seiko, I guess. So not a bad deal. If you'd like to have a look at their website, that is below in the description. Please remember to subscribe. Without further ado, let's turn this camera around. Let's get into this build. So this has been sent to me by DIY Watch Club. It's a free gift, I guess you'd call it. That's why you'll have seen that little paid promotion sign. They have sent me a watch kit, which is in here. This is their DWC-E01 kit. It's like an expedition type of watch. This comes in at $283 with the sapphire crystal. You can also get it in mineral crystal. I think it shaves off about 20-30 quid, $20-30 even. I'm going to open this up. It's very well presented in this little casing that it comes with. They've also done something a little bit nice for me. They've treated me a little bit. I'll show you that in a second. So these are all the parts and tools that you're going to need. Right, let me start talking to you about them. Some of them I have no idea. There's a video to watch to go through this, but I film on my phone, so I can't really watch that while I do it. And plus I'm reviewing this, so I kind of want to be able to interact with you guys first, overall, more than anything. This is what comes with it also, a little phone holder, so you can place your phone in there and place it on the surface so you can watch what you're meant to be doing. Now, I'm going to pop this back in here. It's a nice little mat, I guess. So I believe here we'll have all the parts that we need. So let's take these out. As I say, it's very well presented. I'm very impressed by the presenting of it. They also do different styles of the watches if this one isn't to your taste. They have a diver one that I'm a big fan of. I really wanted to get that one in. This one has come to me as way of another reviewer, unfortunately, that couldn't complete it. So it's my turn. So this is the case, obviously. A little bit of dust on there that we'll clean up. One thing that really did impress me is all the tools that come with it. Screwdriver. Yeah, like the tools seem like the really good quality tools. I have Bergeron screwdrivers, but aside from that, I usually just buy like the cheapest tool I possibly can find. So this is a nice little upgrade for me. What's this? Okay, so they're the hands. I'm not going to take them out because I don't want to damage them. This is our NH35 movement. Glad I got the NH35 too because I'm not a big fan of the Miyota. And finally, this will be our Expedition dial. Let's pop all that there. I'm not sure what this is. I'm not going to lie to you. Bit confused by this one. Okay, so let's go through the rest of the kit. Now we have some finger cuts in here that I will be using. That microfiber cloth, a little bit of Rodico, all useful stuff when you're building a watch. I mean, they really nice you off in these kits, like quite well. This is something I'm dead excited about. Little puffer. That'll be brilliant for getting rid of the dust. Now I have looked through this and I have realised that my eyeglass that they've sent is broken. As I say, this went to another reviewer first, so I don't know if that's happened in transit or what, but yeah, bit disappointed by that because I need an eyeglass. Again, don't know what this does, but we have it. Case back opening tool, that'll be useful for opening the case back. That's actually really, like I've got this one, which is plastic, and a bit cheap feeling. This is like metallic. Feels actually quite good. So again, nice upgrade for my tool set. Right, so we have a wooden stick. That's what you use when you want to get at the movement because you don't want to use anything metal to scratch it. We have a screwdriver. Let's see what size this is. Okay, so this is a 1.8 screwdriver. That's actually pretty standard. two hand removing pieces, which I actually didn't understand why they sent me these, because surely I shouldn't be removing the hands after I've put them in. Surely that's the point. Or maybe it, like, you want that for upgrades, I guess. This is a hand press tool. Again, very useful. Tweezers, very useful. Anti-magnetic tweezers, actually. Again, they seem really good quality, this tool set. My piece of wood. I have my wood. I have wood. This is a strap here, but I am going to show you a couple of extras that they sent me. The packaging's really, really nice, isn't it? Like, kudos. Well done. So as I say, I got this one from another reviewer because they didn't complete it or couldn't complete it. So, DIY Watch Club also got in contact and said, look, thank you for taking it off their hands, and as a way of thank you, we'd like to send you a couple of other things. So first of all, we have this really, when I get to it, this really lovely leather style strap, which I think will accent this one really well. It seems a really good quality from the description. Just going to pop it out. Feels really good quality too. That's not going to need any breaking in, you can tell straight away. Let's pop that to one side also. And this is the part that I'm actually really, really stupidly excited for. So they sent me a rotor for the back of the movement, but it's not just any rotor. If I spin it around here, I don't want to touch it with my hands. Don't know if you can catch that in the light, where it says Jason the watch guy on the rotor, and I can't tell you how much of a nice touch that is. That's obviously another service that they offer. Definitely one that I would have took advantage of if I was buying one of these watch sets for myself. So let's get started. Now, logically for me, I would start by putting the dial onto the movement and then the handset to the dial. So let's open this up. I'm being rather delicate with this just because I don't want to damage anything while I'm opening it. That'd be the worst thing to happen, wouldn't it? The question is, if I failed on a mod or something like this, would you want me to post a video still? Serious question. Let me know in the comments. It's also securely packaged, which is nice, because obviously you want this to show up in good condition or perfect condition even. I'm also going to use this nice little mat that they've supplied just to place the things on softly. Here is my dial. It should have some dial feet on to attach to the movement itself. So you just want to find the right setting for this. Should just slot nicely into place. Apply some pressure. Actually, I'm being an absolute fool here. I need to put my finger cots on. So probably the first and last time you'll ever see me with finger cots on this channel. Now, are we gonna? Okay, so that's securely in place. You just want to have a look around the dial, make sure that there's no parts where it sort of lifts up, which it does there. So we are going to have to push down a little bit extra on these. Just trying to apply pressure around where the feet are, feet of the dial. Yeah, that's all nicely in now. And now we are going to set the time ready for the hands to go on. So we want to get it to when the date is about to change, or when the date does change even. Okay, so we want to get it pretty much on the snap. There we have it. So that theoretically will be 12 o'clock now. Another thing that they've done very kindly is that they've included 2 sets of dial hands. Obviously, dial hands are actually quite difficult to apply, which I have experienced in the past. Now, I am definitely worried about that second hand. It is tiny. Right, so there are 2 methods of this. One method would be to use some tweezers. However, if they are metal, you can damage the part. You can scratch it, so you don't want to do that really. Oh, and second method is Rodico, to place it on and then press it down. Right tool, just get this piece of wood and poke it around slightly. Because we've put the dial, not the dial, the hands at 12 o'clock, we do want to get it spot on. Push until you hear a click. You want to check that this is correctly applied, and it has. Turn that all the way around to 6 so it's slightly out of the way. You also want to check the clearance on the hand to make sure that it's not going to scrape the dial. Okay, now we move to the minute hand. The second hand is the one that scares me. I have got the second hand wrong a couple of times. You have to be very, very delicate with these pieces sometimes, just because you don't want to damage them. Damaging them is basically game over for your watch. That's probably why they've sent 2 handsets, because, you know, well, so many people will damage them along the way when they're trying to do this. A little piece of wood and line it up directly at the 12, because that is where we are at the changeover. Now you want to, again, firmly push this down into place. For some reason it's not going on. What's going on here? There we go. Now, there doesn't look to be enough clearance there to me, so we need to effectively poke it back upwards. So I know I've just said not to do this, but I need to get the dial, the second hand, the minute hand, to have a good clearance. Bugger. Okay, so we go again. I hope this isn't an all-night type of job, because I've got work in the morning. There we go. That looks about right. Just needed a bit more pressure to click in. Again, check that the clearance of it is correct. For me, that's slightly too close. So what I'm going to do is poke down the hour hand. So now that's in place, we're going to go with the second hand. Which, as I say, I am bloody petrified about. First of all, I am going to use the body coat to just clean up a few pieces here. So the second hand will have a longer part at the bottom for the fitting. So we want to pop it on to the centre. You want to be delicate with this one because you don't want it to break. Obviously, here's quite a small fitting. Again, I know I said that you shouldn't do this, but desperate times. Now let's click this in and see if we've applied it correctly. We have taken, however, it doesn't look to me like it's completely in. As you can see, it's quite out of shape there. So we are going to apply a little bit more pressure just to get the fit right. Last thing we want is for it to come off in it. Okay, so that looks about right. Clip this in. See if it clears the minute and hour hand. Looking good so far. So obviously it can be different at different points of the dial. So what we want to do is run the minute and hour hand around completely now to make sure that it doesn't hit them at any point. Yeah, that looks about right to me. So now we move to the casing. So we want to unclip this crown, which is again an easy maneuver, but you want to do it delicately so you don't damage anything. What we want to do is poke just here where we've got a little indent to remove this crown. So you do have to have it clipped in before you remove the crown. So there's a little pressure point just here for you to press. I usually go in with tweezers because the thinnest point that you can get. Again, just be careful not to damage anything when you're going in there. There we go. There are certainly much easier, delicate ways to do that. However, I haven't got anything to pop this in at the moment. So we move on to the casing. This does look a bit dusty, doesn't it? Hopefully that's just the... No, there is a bit of dust in there. So this is the actual crown. It looks like it's being cut to size for us, which is very helpful because I hate cutting them to size. Now it's already loose. Right, let's see what we can do about all of this dust in here. That's the movement holder. You want to do this pretty well because you don't want any dust inside when you're putting this in. To me that looks alright, but I'm going to go in with some Rodico just to make sure. Finally we have a little cloth that will definitely aid us here. Just want to get this nice and clean, because once that goes in you want it to be absolutely bloody pristine really. You know when we moan about quality control, this is why it's so hard to get a good level. You've got people like me sat in bloody warehouses building these things. I think we're good now. So let's pop this down here. Now the minute track looks like it's fitted to the keeper, which is actually a really solid idea to be honest. So we want to pop this inside of here, the right point. Now we want to get the dial, well the chapter ring feet, in a good position too. Looks like it goes at 6 and 9, or 6 and 12 o'clock even. Really good way to line it up actually. Very smart. Just realised I've done all that off camera. Yeah, so you want to get them at 6 and 9. That's all fitted. Now, you want to pop this in nice and gently. You want to really bring the case to the actual dial because you don't want to just slam it in. Okay. Just needs a little adjusting there. You kind of need to go under and into the crown position. And let's just see if we can fit our crown now. Make sure that's all nicely aligned and everything before we stick the back on. I also want to get a bit of final like dust stuff completed, you know, like a little bit of blowing on there. Okay, so that's not taken. There we go. So that's unwinding there. So we have it all fitted in now. It looks like it's taken away nicely. So I'm just gonna do a little dust removal. Then we are going to fit our very nice, very appreciated rotor to the back of it. Some really nice finishing on that too. Machine finishing, that's absolutely lovely, you know. Like, genuinely, I never thought I'd get to a point where I was fitting a watch with my channel name on it. Like, absolutely crazy levels. It's all thanks to you guys, really. Because they wouldn't want me to do this if you guys weren't watching. So, thanks. I'm hoping this one's specifically for that rotor. Yeah. Nice. Looks like we've got that off. Okay, there's our router off. We're going to apply our new one, our Jason the Watch Guy signed router. Again, super weird, but yeah, I made up with it. Like, get this in nice and tight, because I do not want to be refitting any of this. I just want to enjoy this watch from now on. So again, little dust. I'm also going to go over the case back with that. And peel off this too, because you don't want to mistake one of the ones on the outside for something that's actually on the inside. It will look pretty clear on the back there. Right. Nice and tight. So once again, we're going to check that everything's still working. Okay, so hands are moving as we'd hope. And there goes the date. A very reasonable 2 minutes too. Actually a pretty good accuracy, that. Let's check that the date setting is working. Yeah, that's spot on. You know what? It looks pretty good too. It's almost like an Explorer type of case. Obviously, it'd be nicer if we had the numerals on the dial, but it is what it is. Right, I'm going to take these silly little finger things off, these finger condoms, and I'm going to fit a bracelet, or band even. I'm actually made up with this. I can't wait to take it into work tomorrow and show them a little rotor. I know it's a silly little thing, but like, it's just, yeah, it's weird, but yeah, I'm quite proud of that. Quite proud. So let's fit it with this nice blue band that I picked out. It does feel really nice, that band. Now, if I do say so myself, that is a pretty good looking watch. Let me pop my one off first. Pop this on. See what it looks like. Here it is on wrist, and actually, it's quite comfy. It fits quite well to wrist. It's a smaller casing. I think it might be the 38. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. Let's try on the other band that I got. Here it is on the black rubber band that was supplied with it. Again, this is actually really like nice, really well fitted to wrist. It's very subtle. Little DIY Watch Club logo there. Yeah, I can't wait to wear this into work tomorrow. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Definitely worth it. So to summarise, I took an hour out of my day. I had a lot of fun. I've got tools to keep for other watch builds, other watch modifications. And I've learned a little bit too. I've learned how to put a watch together pretty much. As well as that, I didn't use all the resources. I didn't use the video, the instruction manual and stuff like that I can use. But I came out with this and it's absolutely fantastic. For $283, I think this is a brilliant, brilliant idea. I think this would be a perfect gift for any watch lover, to be honest. Now, they also have different kits. They have a dive style kit available also. Guys, if you wanted to send me that one, I'd love to build that too. Please. The brown one, the brown bezel, please. Now, when you take into account that you get to keep all these tools, and I'm going to have to be really quiet and I'll say this because my girlfriend's in the room, but I spent £50 on just a set of screwdrivers. So this is probably worth it. If you want to pick up one of these kits, their link is in the description. Thank you for watching, guys. Please remember to subscribe and I will see you in the next one. It's a good kit. I've already snapped one of them. I had to buy new pieces there like a £5.